Hi, I'm Candy, and today I am going to be making a stocking out of this lovely leg shield that I had while I had a cast on my leg. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is to make the toe a little bit more pronounced, I should say. So I need to fold this up here, and I'm going to need to probably pause this for a minute so we can point this down so you can actually see my table, so you can see what I'm doing. One moment. And so that you can get in a little closer, I'm hoping you can see this. I'm going to draw the toe out right here. I'm going to line it up back here, and let's see, I say that it's about right. Give it a nice toe look, and then I'm going to use my scissors to cut it out. Sorry, I'm kind of out of frame there. I'm going to try to keep it in frame. And I have that off now. So we have a bigger toe. Here, let me pull this back into the frame so you can see it. And I'm just going to get this out of the way. And then to get this to adhere to my lovely plastic, I'm trying to think what to call it, plastic shield, I'm going to put some fast tacky spray from Arlene's. Here it is. It'll adhere to anything. So here we go. You do need to have a well ventilated area, and it does stick down right away. I want to make sure I didn't miss any areas here. So I do have that done, and I did cut a little bit too much off here when I added this, but that'll be okay. We always learn from our mistakes. And I did miss a little bit here, so I'm going to add a little more. I'm going to just spin it around here and add a little bit more. My camera work is not very good. So I'm going to move that out of my way and add a little bit more and stick that down. Now, the fabric I've decided to use on the front side is, of course, this is falling down. is some very shiny sequin material that'll go around to the back. I'm going to do an area a little bit at a time as I go. So I'm going to actually pull up the side of my table here, and again I'm going to use the Arlene spray adhesive to get this on. Oh, there we go. And then I'm just going to flip this back, get rid of the lid, and as I pull it on, I'm going to make sure I don't have any wrinkles. It's nice and shiny sequins. And making a nice Christmas stocking for my door is actually what I'm doing. I should have said that to start with. And I'm going to kind of fold this up a little bit, and then add the material up and over. Do have some wrinkles here at the moment. And just, I'm going to push this down. Got a few more up here, so we're going to get this. I got a little close there. You do want to hold it a little further away from your projects usually, but I'm being crazy today. I'm going to set it over to the side and pull my fabric over. And make sure I've got this side. Okay, so I have the front side done. And let me show you that. So we have started the front side. And now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm actually going to be using now I'm going to kind of push this over. I am going to be using, if you can hand me that, some deco mesh to cover the back and to pull this up over. And I'll be right back. I'm going to open this and get this cut. Okay, so I've moved the camera to the top here so you can see this. I am going to trim around the top here So we can get the top part done now. And I'm just trying to figure this out as I go. So I want an even edge here. And I'll just start right here and trim. And this piece of fabric that I'm using, I actually got at Joann's as a remnant. So I got a pretty good deal on it. So now I am going to actually attach this to around the rim of the, oh, I found the name of this. It is a seal tight cast and bandage protector, and it worked very well while I had to use it. So I'm going to pause this because I'm actually going to use hot glue to get this on up here. One moment. Okay, and now I'm going to use some hot glue and glue this to the underside here. I'm going to watch my fingers so I don't glue them. This stuff is hot, as you all know. Of course, I'm going to make some noise. One of my favorite things to do. And just get this on here, and then I'll turn it over and I'll add the back piece, which I'm actually using some deco mesh, some red to keep it in the holiday spirit. And almost have this done, and I just got my fingers, of course, which is always a good thing to do. Rub them together so you don't feel the burn. So I have the front done, and now I'm going to turn off my glue gun for a moment and flip this over. And I'm going to reach for get this pulled out, and I've got to get my deco mesh. I did get this from Walmart on sale. And let's get the tape off of it. And it's a little raggedy there. So with this, I'm just using it as to give the back a little color. I think I'm actually going to use a double because to give it a little extra color. So I'm going to pull it down and see if we got enough here to go all the way up. I have an assistant helping me. So we have enough. Okay. So we're going to start here. And now I've got to decide how to put this down onto this. Oh, let's try some hot glue. Hot glue is always good for putting stuff down. I'll use my scissors to hold it down for a second to see if this will work. If it doesn't, I'll go to the next plan. Plan B. Don't know yet what plan B is. Well, this plan isn't working, it looks like. Always learning as you go. Alright, so as the glue has cooled down a little, it is holding it. So I'm going to put a little more down. And put a little more down. And put this over. Actually should probably have a silicone spatula. Should get one from Walmart. My fingers aren't tough enough yet to handle the hot glue. The top piece is coming up. And I've got glue on my fingers. This is always great. I'm going to pause for a minute while I think of another plan here. One moment. Okay, so I've decided to go with some more Aleene's Fast Tacky Spray Glue and see how that works. It's all about learning as I go. Not sure if this is going to work, but it seems to be holding down the first layer. And I'm just going to pull this down and turn it the stocking so I can get to I'm just going to turn it here a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut off what I don't need of the deco mesh, and that'll make it easier on the gluing here. Just gonna cut across here. All right. So I'm going to pull up this piece and lay it down. And we're going to put down that layer. And I just pulled up that. It's caught on my shirt. And here we go with this layer. I love spraying stuff. See if we can get this layer down. May not be as straight, but we're going for it. And I'm knocking my camera around as well. Alright. So, and we have the camera turned again. I'm a little crazy with the spray. Let's see if I have enough coming up through to catch this second layer. And I don't. So let me go and get this one. Okay, so I have that second layer on, halfway. Well, there's been a slight change in plans. I have gone to a cloth backing. I could not get the deco mesh down, so I went to this. So now I am going to glue the cloth onto the rim. This will just take a moment here, and just get this on, and I'm just kind of dripping it down on the edge up here. I couldn't quite figure out how to get the deco mesh to stay on, so I decided, well, you beat me this time, so I'll go with the cloth. And so I put that on, and just going to get it glued on here, and then I'm going to okay, so I've got that all glued on, and you're going to set my glue gun over there. So now I'm going to need to trim this edges here. And what I am going to use is some velvet ribbon that is, actually I'm not sure how wide this is. I'm going to start at the top and just work my way down. And so so that I can have a nice seal on both sides. So I'm going to start up here and kind of catch both sides, and I'm going to start with the glue on my ribbon, and I dropped my ribbon. And here we go. I'm going to start right here. And now that I've got that started, and I'm going to just go down. And actually this ribbon I've had for a while. It's for indoor and outdoor. And just kind of catch it on both sides as I go down. And so that you don't have to watch me do this all the way down, I'm just going to pause the video again, and I'll be back once I get it all the way around the sock. So I have finished doing the red around the stocking all the way around, and here I'll pull this up so you can see it too, up to here. And so my next thing is I am going to, I'm trying to decide. I think I am going to do the flowers on, I'm going to put some flowers on here. Now I'm going to put some down here on the bottom, just to give it a little different look. So I have, these are some holly berries. And then I have some different poinsettias with glitter. And I have some more poinsettias with a little less glitter. And I have some white poinsettias with a little glitter. This one actually, so I am just going to take these apart and decide which ones I want to use and how I want to use them. I need to find my I'm dropping stuff, making lots of noise. Let me find my pliers here, and multi-purpose tool. I actually buy my stuff after Christmas, so that it's a lot cheaper. I like going to like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, and those are all good places to get lovely items, anywhere from 60, 70, 80, even 90% off. And I'm just going to have to bend these. I've had these in storage, so they're a little bent up. but we just move them around a little and they'll be back into shape. And then I'm going to take some of the leaves off here as well. And let's see what I can find here. While I'm making my decision, I'm actually going to pause this again, and I'll be right back. So I'm back, and so now I'm going to work on the top here. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. And I am going to have Santa. Let's get Santa over here into the picture. There's Santa. He's got a little string on his head, and it's actually going to come off. And Santa is going to go on top. Here, we'll back this up a little so you can see. Santa's going to go on top, and I'm going to use this foam, or styrofoam, whatever we want to call it, to make a circle and put in top here. So what I'm going to do, Santa's going to go away for a minute. I'm going to flip this over, and I am going to trace a circle around as soon as I find my
by your foot.
One moment, I gotta find my tracer. I have it, and I'm back. And we're gonna put this on the table, and I'm just going to trace around this, and it makes an indentation in the foam. And I want to make sure I got it all the way around here. Okay, so I've got it all the way around, and there is my circle. And now I'm going to use one moment here. I've actually cut one earlier. I just used a knife and cut around that, and I will show you my circle that I cut earlier that fits in the top here. So slide that in, and I am going to use some Arlene's tacky glue to hold it in place. That is, if I can get the lid off, which is sometimes a little hard. And it does come out, it's a thick glue, so it does work very well in holding things in place. So I want to make sure I get enough on here to hold this down. And then once I get this on, I'm going to actually decorate the bottom of the sock, and then we'll take care of Santa and the upper part of the sock. So let's get this on. And the styrofoam I'm actually using is kind of pilly. I guess is the best way to say it. Throws off little pills, but I'm going to actually cover it with some snow so I don't have to worry about that. So I have this in there now. It is nice and adhered to the glue, and I'm going to put the top on the glue and set it over out of the way. And now I am going to focus on decorating the bottom part of the sock. And so I'm going to start here in this corner. I have going to start with 3 non-shatterproof balls, and I'm just going to twist the balls together And let me see, find my favorite tool to poke a hole through fabric and the board. I have got the hole through there, and here we go. Got one through. It does not want to go through all the way. Hold on a moment. And let's try this again. Well, I'm going to switch sets here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the other sets I have. This is that set. I've actually already wired up the shatterproof ornaments that I'm using, and also some bells, and I've pre-cut some floral ornaments. Basically, I'm using poinsettias. I've got some white and some red that have glitter on them, and then I also have some holly berries with leaves. I'm going to move those to the side there, and move that one up. And I have a little bird here. Most of my items I actually bought after Christmas. The bird here I got at Walmart. I believe I paid like 25 cents. I've actually held on to these things until I found a project that I wanted to work on. So now I'm just going to twist my tie here, and then I'm going to glue everything when I flip it over. So now I'm going to make a hole through so I can put in my jingle bells. I think this set looks good. And I'm just going to wrap the pipe cleaners together to make it easier to go down through the hole. And because I'm filming this, they don't want to cooperate with me. Let me find my pliers and see if I can get a hold of them at the bottom and pull them on through. I'm only pulling one through, of course. Well, we'll do it the easy way. We'll cut off a piece, and then we'll try to pull both through at the same time. And I have lost where I poked my hole through. So let's see if I can find it again. I know it was in this area. Let me flip the board up to see if I can find it on the bottom side. And I can't find it, so I'll just poke another one. This is what's called being really easy to get along with, I guess. And we don't want to go through that one either. Okay, here we go. We're going to go through this one. No, we're not. This is the joys of videotaping a craft project. See if I start it with the pliers, maybe it'll go through. And both of the wires are sticking up. Alright, let's try this again. They are coming through. Alright, we have those through. Alright, so now over in this corner, I am going to put large flower, red poinsettia, a white one, and a holly berry. And of course I haven't thought this one out. So am I going to put it through or am I going to glue it? And maybe I should glue these down. So let me turn on my hot glue gun. So I'm going to see about placement here. And then I can always come back to these in a few minutes. So if we put these in like this, and so I have those placed there for the moment. And I'm going to just take those off so I don't lose them, which is on the floor. I'm known for dropping things. So I'm going to set them to the side, and I'm just going to move up a little bit, and I'm going to add a set of jingle bells, I believe. I actually had this laid out earlier, so I knew what I was going to do. I took a picture. And make it easier for me to remember how I wanted it to go. And I'm going to set the picture to the side. And punching tool. And hold on. I actually need to go make a little bigger hole there. This pipe cleaner does not like the hole. So, off with the ends. And get fresh ends here. again, only one wants to go through, which is my luck when I'm trying to do a project. It's always so much fun. Let me use my pliers to get both of them to go through at once. They're running away from me. I think they don't like me tonight. There we go. We have it started. And it is not going through to the other side. I'm just going to flip it up and grab it through the back side. Just have to move the hole over a little bit. It's called surgery. Sometimes you can't find what you're looking for, so you just move the hole, move your wire. You go in there and you reach it. So it's best about needle nose pliers, because you can grab it usually. Well, I'm not able to grab them tonight. I have something here. We have them. All right. So my glue gun is hot, so I am going to go ahead and glue down my corners so that I have that done so nothing else runs away from me tonight. So first I'm going to put down my red one, and let me adjust these leaves. And I'm going to pull that in a little bit. The stem is a little long. I'm going to take that stem off. And we're going to take care of this one, hopefully. And that one ran away from home. That's what happens. And so I'm going to put this one in like this, and we're going to add some glue. Let me get it in the way I want it before I add the glue. Just move the leaves, and I'm moving everything. And I see I need another glue stick. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure these two are hooked up. One moment. And I'm back, and now I'm going to glue in. Whoa, I'm hitting you with a glue stick. I'm going to glue in the holly berry here and move that over, and we're just going to get this in. And I think I've got that on there. until that settles down. And then I'm going to, it did not glue down. That's probably because the stem is too long. Let me cut that off. So we have this all being glued down together. And any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just trying to figure out as I go. And now I'm going to move this down, and I'm going to add my next set of, well, everything is falling off here. I guess I need to wait until my glue dries, or hardens at least. Let me set this back down and get this taken care of here. And I'm back. So I went ahead and I put everything on. So I have my ornaments on, my jingle bells. And here, I'm going to just show you this here. And now I'm going to turn it over and go this way. And what I'm going to do so that I can hold these ornaments and stuff on is I'm going to actually use buttons. And I'm going to put the pipe cleaners or Chanel stems, whatever we want to call these, through here. And then I'm going to twist them on, if I can get them to twist. I'll hold these on the bottom. Once I get a good twist on them, and let me find my wire cutters, and I'm going to cut these off and just push that over, and then put some hot glue on there to hold that. Now this is going to be against my door, and so I'm going to go on up and do all of these, and then I'll be right back and show you the finished product here on the back. So now that I have all the buttons glued and the Chanel stems cut off, or pipe cleaners, I'm going to let this harden, and I am going to work on the top here, which I am going to put some buffalo snow on, and I'm also going to put this ribbon on the top, and we're going to put Santa on. And so when I come back, I'll have that all done. So it'll be just a few minutes, and I'll be back with that. So actually I have gone to the next day here, and I have Santa on top. I have some fluff on here, and I am ready to decide how to hang him onto my door. And I've decided to go with some hooks. These are actually picture hooks. I am using E6000 and also some hot glue, and then a screw into the plastic. I don't want this thing to fall. And I know I'm kind of chopping up this video a little bit, but I'm kind of nervous as this goes. And what I did is to decide where the hooks would go is I took a tape measure and measured around the outside here. And I lost my tape measure. And it is, if we get it up here, about 30 and 3/4 inches. Let's move this in so you can see it. And I'm terrible at, oh, there goes the camera. Here is that. So I divided it up, and then I made marks on my plastic ring here. And as you can see, I do have some duct tape here. I wanted some extra, I put hot glue on here and I didn't want it melting through the foam, so I used some duct tape and to hold Santa. So here I have my mark, and I'm going to move Santa over a little bit. I am going to grab my E6000, my pliers, because I have to bend my hooks. And I believe I have here are my hooks. Now I do have 2 different hooks because my kit only came with 2 of each. So because I want to have the 2 closest together the same, so this is the one that I have in the back, has 3. It's the one I already put on. So what I have to do is bend this one down straight, and then I'm holding this. There's probably something out there that would make this so much easier, but this is what I have on hand, and this is the way I'm doing it. And then I am just going to bend this piece up, if I can get it to bend up. And of course, because I am taping, I can't get it to bend up. Let me come up this way, and there I go. So then this hook's on the underside. I'm going to put some E6000 on it, and then also some hot glue. And my E6000 doesn't want to open, so I'll use the pliers. They're always good to open. So I'm just going to add the E6000. It takes it about 24 hours to start setting, and then it's fully cured at about 48, I believe it is. But I'm going to use hot glue to help hold it in place while I'm using the screwdriver to put the, and I'm getting Santa with a hot glue gun. Santa loves hot glue, in case you didn't know that. And you need to be careful, because as you're adding the hot glue to this metal, the metal heats up. And I am crazy with a hot glue. And I'm going to add a little here with the E6000. Put this back. And then on my mark here, I'm just going to hook this under and pull it up and hook it all over. And if you can see, I'm going to move the camera so hopefully you can see the 3 hooks are over top. Probably was out of focus. I'm going to have to get that taken care of. And now let me find my screwdrivers. We'll start with this one. Nice screwdriver. Pliers are in the way. And you want to try to get this to go into the center. And as you can see, I'm having problems. I'm going to apply force from the other side, and I'm going to move it over to the edge so this is level. And let's try this again. And this might be overkill, but I just want to make sure that this doesn't fall. I'll have 3 of these hooks with 3 screws, hot glue, and E6000 on it. And it is slowly going in. I have it all the way in. So I'm going to pause while I put in the final one, and I'll be right back to show you the finishing touches here on the top. So I have put the wire in the front one here, and I actually had to wire this on because I didn't realize it didn't have where I could screw it on. So that one I've got done. So now I'm going to do this one. And the wire is a few different, they're different sizes. So we're just going to push this one up and through there. And then bring it around and give it a couple twists. And then I use my pliers. Give it a few more twists so it's good and tight and won't come off. And then just push this down and just twist it around. And then use the pliers to tuck that little piece in. Don't want anybody to get hurt on that. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to actually pull the snow over these and glue it to the base here. So here I go with this, and I cannot get it in there. There we go. Got it started. I grew up on a farm, so I'm used to working with wire. Crazy wire person from way back. And just get this other piece of little wire here, bend it down, it's out of the way. Okay. Almost had it there. Alright, so I am going to start right here, and I'm just going to pull the snow out a little. I have it a little thick so that I can do that. I'm going to use hot glue just to add a little more in here, and then down on the side, and just stick the snow down. And if the blue shows through, it can be like ice. And I actually have chain that I'm going to wrap up and around on my wire here, so it doesn't look just like wire holding this up. And I'm just thinking of this as I go. This is the first one I've ever done. It's the first time I've had one of these on my legs. And I'm like, how can I upcycle it? I guess is the correct term to use. So we have Santa standing in a snowdrift on top of a stocking. And we're just going to flip Santa back with all the wires flying and trying to hit myself in the head with them. At least I'm not poking my eyeballs out. That's always fun when you try to poke your eyeballs out. Oh, I need a glue stick. Wondering why the glue's not coming out. You got a glue stick. Okay, let's set that there. And let's get some snow over here and down. This is actually going on my apartment door. I like changing what I have on my door every month. I make a new wreath or something to go out there, just to make it look pretty. I enjoy change, so just something different. And this is different. I had two different boots on my foot, and I actually decorated them with different little beads, little flowers and that, because I don't like wearing just black things on my feet. If I had to wear it, it was going to look pretty. And everybody really got a kick out of it because they've never seen anybody decorate one like that before. But you know, sometimes it just, you just want to be yourself. And that's me. I'm being myself and having fun at it. Getting some snow there. Now I got a spot over here. Put my kickstand back. Alright. Now I'm gonna set Santa down. He's flopping there a little bit. Gotta see where I need to add some glue so I can get that done. Alright, now what I'm going to do is, I'm looking for my rings. I have two 3/4 inch D rings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these up over Santa's head so that he is going to sit at my door, hang off my door correctly. I'm actually going to have to go measure it again. And then once I get that measured, I'm going to put the D-rings on. And then I'll do the chain, and then before I do the chain, I'll be back to show you the chain. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I have the wires to this length that I need for my door. And I actually went with 3 D-rings, one for each wire. And with this one, I've actually already started on my next step here, which is add some more bling, because you can't have enough bling on this pretty little thing. And I have some beading. I'm not sure where I got it. It might have been Walmart or Michael's, somewhere, after Christmas. And I've already pre-cut my wire. And what I'm going to do is put the wire through the top here where the D-ring, and go down to the second bead and twist it. I've got a little extra wire, of course. For some reason I always have extra wire. I believe it goes back to what my dad said. He always said you can't add, if you're short, you can't add extra. So I tend to always have extra. I don't know. So, but the little pieces I keep because I can always use them in something else. And actually, if I undo this and pull this through, I can actually use this at the other end for my tie at the other end here. So let me just get this tied off here, and then I'll get this wrapped. And flip my pliers so I can cut these. Cut this one first. Putting that one in my pile to go into the garbage, and then this one into my pile to use. And then I'm just going to bend this over so I'm not poking myself while I'm twisting this down the line. I don't think I got that twisted down enough. Yeah, there we go. And then basically I'm just going to twist this down all the way down the line, and I don't add anything until I get to the bottom. And then I just add a wire at the bottom, hooking into the bottom there. And I'm going to be back. My arm's in the way so you can't see what I'm doing even. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn off and come back, and I'll have the other one done just a moment. So I have all 3 of the lines beaded, as hopefully you can see here. And the last thing that I want to do is add some more sparkle to the snow. I'm a sparkle person. I have some iridescent glitter glue that I got at Walmart. I'm actually not sure how long ago. It's 88 cents, and I'm actually going to shake it up. And it has a cover on the inside, so it keeps it nice and fresh. I'm going to set this over here. Hopefully I don't get it all over my table. And I'm just going to take the lid off now. Let's see if I can get this little, and of course I'm having problems taking lids off of everything, so let me get my little pliers over here and just pull it up, and then I'm going to shake it down. Okay, oh, I'm squeezing out some, and I'm just going to run some extra glitter throughout the snow here. I just like to have shiny stuff. I'm just a person that likes to have shiny stuff here. And when this dries, it'll dry clear, but it'll be shiny. So Santa will have some extra shine here in the snow. And I'm going to hang this up and let it dry. It's actually going to go out on my door for everyone to see here where I live. And just a way to reuse the little plastic bag that kept my foot dry while my sore was healing. And that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I stopped a lot and started and showed you parts of what I was doing. I hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up. Any suggestions I'm open to. I hope you guys have. And the glitter glue that I've put in, I'm actually rubbing it down into the snow, so it's not just like in bubbles. And of course I can't get any more. Spread out a little bit, so see, I'm kind of just spreading it around a little. It'll give it a kind of hard edge, but it's going to be a little spread out more. And Santa's moving around here, so it'll be a nice look. And so I'm going to finish this up. Thanks. Fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching.